Hey everybody, it's Eric, and welcome again to another edition of the Toy Bin Review Series, where we go through, find a toy that looks interesting, do a blind transformation, look up to see how much it runs, and get a little bit more information about it. This week we actually have something very special. As you know, we have the podcast, and one of our listeners was named Casey Britt. Now, Casey Britt, really awesome guy. We've talked to him, we've had him on the show a couple times, and he actually has a YouTube channel that you guys should check out. Nerdimus Prime is the channel. You could check it out there, or you can click on the link in the shows. Anyway, you should check out his channel. It's beautiful stuff that he goes through and looks at all these toys. And in any case, one of the toys that he had and then gifted to me. What's this? Masterpiece Optimus Primal. Now, this is I'm still kind of blown away by it. I did some artwork for him, and in exchange, he paid me in toys, which is kind of cool. In any case, so he sent me this. It's a beautiful figure, absolutely beautiful. I can't get over how good it looks. I actually, when it arrived in its box, which is pretty nice. You know, nice glossy surfaces. But when it arrived in its box, it arrived in beast mode. So, as we know, it's always easier to unfold something than it is to fold it up. So I had to ask Dale to transform it in bot mode. Now, I've been sitting here and I've been playing with this guy for a while now, but I have yet to transform him. So it's just the way that my life has been lately. But yeah, Takara Masterpiece Convoy, aka Optimus Primal, and yeah. So Dale transformed it for me. I've been poking around with it, and just to kind of have fun, because Casey said that was part of the requirement, is that I take my time and explore. Dale had a chance to find out more than I did, or first I should say, before I did, because he's had more time playing with it and like transforming it. Me, I've been playing with it and posing it and having a lot of fun with it because it is amazing. So, Optimus Primal in bot mode. Pretty nice from all angles. There's not really a bad angle outside of maybe that on the elbow. I don't know if you guys could see that, but super posable, beautiful figure. Comes with 4 different robot faces, and 3 different ape faces or gorilla faces. Because you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have the one that he's wearing. And same thing with the beast mode. You have 1, 2, and then the one that is somewhere in there. I think that lump down there is that. But super cool. So let's get started. I'm looking forward to this. Finally checking this off my list of things to do. So let's take a gander and see what we could find. All right, let's take a look. Well, we got monkey hands, feet hands hidden the base here. Oh, I also forgot to mention his accessories. I'll get to it later. Alright, I'm already a little perturbed. Oh, okay. That dual action hinge thing just so cool. Moves it up and away. There's tons of them on here. I like those joints. It's just so satisfying just hearing that. Oh, I'm just gonna do this. It's so awesome. So satisfying. And I'm sure like over the years it'll wear down. But alright, there's a joint there. Can this rotate? Yeah. Okay. So we have monkey feet, we have monkey legs, which is good. So standing monkey mode. Let's figure out this chest piece. Wow, this is like a sandwich of broken. A sandwich of possible broken, I should say, not sandwich of broken, because okay. Oh, how cute. Alright, so that's his chest. The rippling pecs of justice. No, that's just his belly. That's not his pecs. My bad. Didn't mean to get you guys excited. Sorry. Those are his pecs of justice right there. Let's move this down. Okay, so how do we get in here? Those are his prime jets right there. I don't know if you guys could see all that well. But yeah, it's prime jets. Anyway, wow! I opened up these side bits here, and you just see all this. Look at that! Look at all that stuff going on in there. That's crazy. Multi-hinges. Alright, so I know I gotta get the head to swirl around, but why is all this in the way? Gotta get that chest puffed out, bro. I know there's about 1 million of you guys out there that actually have this figure, or want this figure and are like totally by the books, look up the instructions, that are freaking out right now. I know Casey is. You're doing it wrong. It's okay. Leave me a comment. Let me know how wrong I am. Okay, so that becomes his head. Right? Maybe? So that becomes the back of his head and shoulders. Like that. I still need to flop the head around. I almost want to rotate this out to roll his chest out. Alright, so I got the legs. If I could just get access to this head, get the chest out, I should be able to just flip this whole thing and be good. Does that go back instead? Alright, so robot head goes in robot chest. Ooh, there you go. I got purchase. Sorry. Realize that I'm off camera. Alright. So that opens up. There we go. You actually have to get your finger in there. And that just rotates down like that. Oh no! Alright. Back the truck up. Ow, ow, ow. can't I get you out like before? Because the hinges come back up this way, and why can't I? There we go. Alright, so we'll put that down in there. We'll put the stomach down in here like that, and then we'll smack the pecs up on top, and there we go. We have a belly. And we'll move this back in like that. That's kind of creepy. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's get tucked into there. Let's get tucked back into there. These go up. These go down. And there we have Optimus Primal in all of his monkeyed glory. Wow. Okay. So, right off the bat, like, engineering-wise, wow! Like, if this is what we have in store for us for the other ones to come, I'm gonna be, I don't know. I'm going to need to find someone who has them so I could play with them and take a look at the way that they're done. It's just so awesome. Like, I mean... Alright, in beast mode, looks perfect from the front. They even got, like, his cleft belly there. From the back, a little bit weird. Just a hair. But, you know, mostly show accurate, other than the back part of his legs here. And he doesn't have that juicy primal booty that he usually sports on Beast Wars. But like the finish is amazing. The texture, I don't know if it just kind of looks gray here on the screen, but like the texture on the arms and stuff is really nice. It looks like the rendered fur that they have on there, or the fur texture that they had on the show. The seams really aren't all that bad, considering. I mean, they're not... The seams aren't as good as, like, I think it was the Generations version. I think the 30th anniversary version of Rat Trap that I had, that I did the video on. But it's still super clean. It's still super nice. And then, yeah, so to change the faces, I've been told, or I've seen Dale, you just pull them off. It kind of looks freaky, like that. But you can have them as, you know, Angry Primal. And it just fits in there. Or you could be kind of creepy, suggestive Primal. You know, the type of Primal that you don't really want to meet, you know, in a club. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's very simple, the way that this face thing works. The modeling is incredible on these here. Like, if you take a look and see, incredibly detailed. Like, those individual teeth are like molded. As you can see, as I tilt the camera here, that mouth is open. I mean, it's free and clear. Let me see if I grab this probe here. But yeah. But you could get... There's some pretty decent clearance in here. But yeah. Anyway, like, detail-wise, really great work. The pupils and irises are actually hand-painted on there too, or painted on there too, which are really cool. And yeah, that is severely disturbing. So let's find out. Let's see. You know what? Let's put on Angry Primal, because the other one has been on there forever. And yeah, monkey hands. Index finger is separately articulated from the rest, but then the rest of the hand is articulated. And, you know, the rest of the fingers. No thumb articulation. Decent ankle. Decent ankle articulation. But yeah. There you go. Beast Mode Optimus Primal. I'm kind of proud of that. That's really nice. Also, this thing here, it looks weird, out of place, right? The rumor is that this thing is specifically designed for one purpose, and that is to house another figure, possibly on top of it. Now, the only figure that you know is known to ride on the back of Primal is, of course, Rat Trap. And being that, you know, Dinobot, Masterpiece Dinobot has been hinted at, and you know, where there's Dinobot, there has to be a Rat Trap. I think that I think it might be possible that the Masterpiece Rat Trap somehow is going to be able to couple onto the back of the Optimus Primal toy, which I think would be kind of cool. But anyway, let's get him back into bot mode. Oops. Nice beefy ball joint. I meant to do this. So we're commenting on the engineering and the type of ball joint that they're using. It's actually pretty nice. Different, a more hard plastic on the inside here to prevent wear down, but a really nice ball joint, well constructed. The way that the joints here in the belly, let me see if I can move this here so you can see. But the joints here in the belly, it's a dual joint. So you have a joint here and a joint there, and it pivots on both sides. And the way that it snaps down into place, when you try to pull it off, it's counterintuitive, kind of what you need to do. And I'm not saying counterintuitive in a bad way, or saying that they messed up on the engineering of it, but more like, you know, I would have never thought of that. You know, it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Alright, so let's pop that there. Let's get his chest swung around. And just like... just that. Like, that's how simple that is. But, you know, it's just really cool. The way that they have that all rigged up and sliding out and stuff. Oh, here, let's fix this. So Prime Jets are out and on. And do the awkward turn walk around that he usually does on the show. Where his legs and his body are turning the opposite directions at the same time. Contradictory to popular belief, or what I kind of lead on in the show, I actually do have a pretty big fondness for it looking back. Super huge calf muscle. And there we have Optimus Primal once again. Alright. So, a couple of fun things about this figure. So, yes, you have, you know, all the different faces. You know, he does come with his sickle swords. And they fit into a tab on the inside of his hand to secure. And sometimes it's a bit of a pain to kind of get these things in here. You have to have his hands completely wide open. But that little tab, if you can see it here, that little tab goes into a little, you know, slot in his hand to keep it from falling out. But the finish on these is great. The paint job on these is great. The paint job is wonderful. Really nice detail work. If I feel maybe after a long time or whatever, I feel like I might be interested in weathering these. They're just a bit too pretty, but they're gorgeous. Bot mode, once again, excellent maneuverability, excellent excellent range of motion, superposable, many points of articulation on the axis of hips and knees and ankles. I love that piston action. Like, that's just so cool to see that kind of working like that. It adds so much. It adds so much to the figure, like making it look real and making it look cool and all that other stuff. Another real cool thing is that there's this tiny little tab down here. I don't know if you guys can see that from there, but there's this tiny little tab that if you push it in, I can't do that by looking at the monitor. If you push it in, it'll pop out a little. And then you could have, and I thought this was so cool, it blew my mind when I first saw it, but you could have arm cannons. They pop out. How cool is that? Like, really? That's just so cool. Like, it's just a little added thing, you know, to fit these in there, and just like the engineering involved in that, just for this little happy little thing, is just so cool. Like, I just appreciate that so much. And then, you know, really nice detail work on there, like in the carving and the way that it looks. I don't know if you guys can see that here, the detail work on it. But it just looks really cool. And then, of course, it's nice and flush when it sits back down, and it doesn't look that intrusive. It doesn't look like there's something wrong. There's no like huge gaping holes in his forearms, kind of like Rat Trap has, or the 30th anniversary edition. But yeah, so he has arm cannons in both forearms, which, you know, are just so satisfying to play with. He's got you know, the two sickle swords. But he also has his shoulder cannons, which are super fun. And you could pose those. The finish on the cannons is really nice. They're like a silvery, metallic-y type paint. I don't know, the camera isn't picking it up all that well. But it's just really, really cool. The finish on the head is really nice. Nice metal fleck blue. There's also LED in the head, so if you press it, it, you know, it glows up, or he glows. His eyes glow. It's really fun. Really super fun. Alright, and to remove the face, it's going to be a little bit more clever, or maybe not. Let's see, is there a way? No, it looks like it just pulls straight out. Alright, so there's a little gap here on the edge of his head. I'm gonna try to get my fingernails in there. See if I can pop it out. There we go. Now he looks all Cylon about it. So the faces that you get for Primal, or for Primal in robot mode, are I don't know how well you're going to be able to see these, but alright, so you have a you're not going to be able to see. Alright, well, you have a straight, emotionless face right there. You have the face guard up. You have one with a scowl. You have one that's kind of like angry with mouth open. There's not a lot of... It's really difficult to see the differences between them, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like a lot of these, outside of the one that has its mouth open, actually open. Let's see if I can get this to show up here for you. But it has its mouth open, just a hair. Focus. It has its mouth open just a hair, so you can kind of see that. But on the figure itself, like, unless you're like super right on top of it, you don't really notice it. So, like, that being the case, I always had an issue with his mouth and face and lips and stuff, so I'm just gonna keep faceplate up. And that's where it works. But yeah, really fun. Great to pose. Like, super, super fun to pose. He's really dense, so he's a hefty figure when you hold it. He's a relatively large figure. I want to say maybe about, by comparison, maybe about a little bit bigger than a Voyager class. But yeah, I mean, he's super cool, super fun, super poseable. You can have fun with his swords, have fun with his faces. He's on my display stand, or he's on the display shelf, and he's in flight mode, and he's fighting Waspinator. I'll post a picture. But yeah, I really enjoy him. I cannot, like, I was completely blown away when Casey sent this, Nerdimus Prime. You should check out his channel, it's amazing. But I was completely blown away by it. I was not expecting it. When the Masterpiece Collection was announced or whatever, I followed it. I, would repost it and let other people know, or if it came up in conversation, I'll talk about it. But it was never, they were never on my radar to pick up. Like, they were just way too expensive for me to even pop that in my head that it's something that you would want. And I never thought that I would really want an Optimus, because, like, it's not really my favorite character, but, whatever. But upon getting this, though, I can't put into words just how cool of a figure this is. Like, it's just, like, the joints are really nice and tight and sturdy and beefy. Like, the rotating mechanisms are all smooth. It's a challenge to transform, like, really super fun transformation, really cool gimmicks in the legs, and this whole chest area is just phenomenal. But, like, it's just all around a good, fun toy. And it's because of this figure that I'm going to need a Rat Trap, and I'm going to need a Dinobot, I think. And it's just because, like, if they're all like this, man, I don't know. Mad props to the people who designed this. Mad props to the engineers who figured everything out. It is a beautiful figure, beautiful toy, beautiful finish. I'm not doing it any justice. But if you have the means to get him, do it. He's absolutely one of those that are just so fun to play with. Like, the transformation is challenging. But I think that once you figure it out, once you figure out the trick, it's not really all that, scary, to be honest. You can feel confident very quickly while you're moving around and doing that type of stuff. You know exactly how far you could go and so forth, so on. But, like, with as in toy mode, or after you're done transforming it, it's a solid toy. It feels like a solid toy. Like, I'm not worried about breaking this. I'm not worried about it if it falls off the shelf, if I'm gonna cringe and go, oh. I mean, sure I would, but, it's still a toy. It feels like a rugged toy. It's so great. Anyway, I'm rambling now. But yeah, let's anyway. But the craftsmanship, the detail work on the paint especially is just phenomenal. Look, looking at the detail in the face. Let me see if I can get it closer. Look at the detail in the face. Focus. The paint is amazing. There's no bleed off. There's no, like, accidental paint transfer on other parts. It's just well done. The only thing, the only downside that I could see in this is that in beast mode, you know, the back of his legs and, you know, the back of his legs and his butt don't look exactly like in the show. They're not super show accurate, but like in the grand scheme of things, overall is pretty well covered and pretty well done as far as an overall figure is concerned. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's kind of get down to brass tacks here. Final words. Let's see. Alright, so Masterpiece Primal, or Convoy, from Takara Tomy, Convoy, is currently running around $134 new on Amazon. On eBay, it's looking like around $120, $120, $130. But yeah, use your own judgment. Like, I am lucky and fortunate enough to have been in a situation where someone was being super generous and super awesome and sent me this. It is not something that I would have spent the money to get, but at the same time, like, it's so good. It's such a good toy. It's both things that you want. Like, you know, if I'm gonna be spending like almost $100, or if I'm gonna be spending around $100 on anything, I want to be able to use it like all the time or play with it. And I feel confident with this that, you know, that this series, this Masterpiece series that is coming out from Takara Tomy, is going to be like that. Is going to be extremely solid and well put together, to the extent where it'd be worth it. I highly recommend it. If you have the ability to play with one, I highly recommend it. If you have the ability, or if you have the means to spend that money to get it, I would have to recommend it. It's completely up to you, though. It's your call. You decide. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. But thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to us, feel free to do so. If you are not listening to our podcast, you really should, because it's fun. Currently, we're doing the Transformers Prime series, and from then we're going to be doing, I don't remember. I'll have to check. I don't think we've settled on one. But in any case, we've done Beast Wars, Beast Machines. Now we're doing Prime. You guys should join us. Join us on Facebook. There's a great community and crowd that are there, including Nerdimus Prime, Casey Brett. Check out his channel. And I guess that's about it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have a Masterpiece Primal, let me know what you think about yours. Yeah, let me know in the comments if there's anything in specific that you want me to kind of look for, or, you know, I'll keep an eye out for. In any case, you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you very much. See you online. High five.